All right, this is Across the Board Radio with E and the Colonel. Like I said,
about a block and a half of Taproot.
Yeah, hey, but you can't have too much Taproot.
Never.
You know what I mean? So pretty stoked. As promised, we have Taproot live. So without further ado, we have Phil, bassist from Taproot. Phil, are you there?
I am here. What's up, guys?
Hey, Phil, how you doing? Good. Now, I know that you guys, and I'm getting right to the heart of the matter here because I got a lot of questions I'm very curious about. The album Welcome was probably one of the biggest albums, at least in my opinion, of 2002. It's commonly referred to as your most successful album. Would you agree with that, or do you think that one of your other albums would be considered more successful for other reasons, not just sales alone?
No, I'd say it's the most successful album. I don't think there's any question there, I mean, that's what it's Poem. Everyone, Poem's still our most recognizable song, still our big closer at the end of the show,
Right. Now, I know there was a lot of history in the beginning of Taproot with getting signed, and you had the assistance through System of a Down, getting signed to that record label. And I don't know if this is a touchy subject, and if it is, we can completely just ignore the question was even asked, but is there still any animosity between the band and Fred Durst, or just Fred Durst towards you guys?
No. We actually saw him, didn't speak to him, but we passed him in the hallways at Rock on the Range last year, and, no big deal. I think we all watched his set, Limp Bizkit, and,
right.
Watching Wes play live is just still one of my favorite things to do, and that guy's just incredible as a guitar player, he just puts up such a performance, but, yeah, I mean, there's nothing there, it's been 10 years,
Right, absolutely. I'm just glad there was...
I haven't spoken about anything. I mean, God, if he's still holding a grudge, if we were still holding a grudge, I mean...
Right. I'm glad there was closure to it, at least.
Yeah, everybody's an adult now. So you guys have recently signed to Victory Records. So tell us a little bit about, how you feel about Victory, and what does being under their label allow you to do that maybe some of your other record contracts didn't allow you to do?
Well, I mean, it's just one of those things. We were actually planning on doing the record ourselves and then chopping it around. And, Victory ended up stepping up and was like, hey, man, we, talked about things that they want to do with the record and with us and stuff. And sounded like a good deal to us, so we signed on. And, everything's been golden since then. I mean, we've been very happy with what they've done with us, And as far as freedoms go, we've always had freedom creatively. We've been lucky in that we do write songs that, do have melody, do have, good hooks and stuff. And that's what we like to write. So no, there's never been a label that's like, hey, write, songs with this or songs with that, because, they believe in what we do anyway, and it does happen to, some of it does have to be radio friendly,
Absolutely. You're listening to Across the Board Live. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so we've always been able to do what we want to do,
Absolutely. You're listening to Across the Board Live with the Colonel and E. Phillips come from Taproot is joining us live on the line. I've noticed that most of your songs typically have one-word titles. Is that coincidence, or is that just is that something you guys planned from the start?
No, nothing planned. I think on the first, partially nothing planned. I think on the first record we kind of leaned towards that, but as the years go on, you just kind of write whatever fits,
Absolutely. Now, on Blue Sky Research, you guys worked with Billy Corgan and Stephen Carpenter being from the Deftones. How did that really affect you guys and affect your songwriting and the output of the album as well?
The Stephen Carpenter thing, he came down for a couple days, and we just, kind of wrote a couple songs. They were very much too Deftonesy, though, that guy plays and it's just like, that's Deftones,
Right.
And, we never really took the time to develop anything further than that, and that's kind of as far as that goes. Like, none of what we did with him ever saw the light of day. But now that's not cool stuff. I still have it on track, and, it's really cool. But, Billy Corgan, we spent a whole, we flew in Chicago, spent 5 days with him, and I think 3 of the songs on the record are influenced by him directly. And, yeah, that guy's incredible, the songwriter, just his work ethic and everything. We took a lot away from working with him, I just posted something on Facebook about, like, on the last day that we worked with him, he came in with a song he had written that morning, just like an idea, and wrote it out and played it for us. I posted that on YouTube. And then at the end, and our job was to take that, quick little acoustic thing, just a guitar and his voice, and make that into a full song, and that song became
That's incredible. And you guys are able to work with other artists as diverse as that and put that into your own music and make it incredible and something dynamic on its own. That's amazing. Well, both WWE and TNA Wrestling have used some of your songs for their respective franchises. Are you guys into sports like wrestling and MMA and hardcore sports that really appreciate rock, hard rock like your band and some of those others, or just kind of going with whatever's out there?
I know, definitely. Me and Mike are probably the biggest wrestling fans. We grew up on that stuff. I don't keep as up with it as much as I used to. But yeah, I've been watching wrestling since Hulk Hogan and Iron Sheik.
Nice. Yeah, way back in the day, Junkyard Dog.
Off over the years. Yeah, way back they had the little figures and stuff. But MMA is that's a big deal to me. I'm the one that's mostly into that. I train jiu-jitsu and boxing and stuff. So.
Nice. Yeah, we're huge.
One of these days, hopefully, we'll get a UFC on the UFC.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. We're big MMA fans here. We always have an MMA segment, and actually later in this same show, a Maryland MMA promoter is going to be on talking about some pro fights that he has as well. So, tell us a little bit about Ozfest. An incredible concert to be part of, a festival. How did that affect the growth and maturity of the band?
Man, talk about it's like a band camp in a way. You just go on there. You're all these baby bands that are trying to do the same thing you're doing, and you're all fighting for. You guys got 20 minutes each to try to make yourself noticed. It's definitely it's fun though. It's not like a big competition where everyone's trying to fight each other. It's just you just go out there, put on your best performance. And you hope the next man does too. You hope the man before you does too. Because you're all just friends.
Absolutely.
So it was a really good time. We learned a lot. It was a lot of fun. But, we did it 2 years in a row, and we kind of got burned out after that on festival.
I can imagine.
That's a lot of joy in the summertime, man.
Now, you guys just had your latest album released earlier this year. It's called Plead the Fifth. What's in store in the future for Taproot?
More touring, man, more touring. We have a tour coming up with Modern Day Escape, and then 12 Stones after that in the new year, and then going out with this band called We Talk Pretty, girl singer, definitely a really cool band to watch out for in the future. I think they're going to do some really cool things, so we want to take them out and kind of be one of the first to, introduce them to the country.
Now, Phil, like we said, we're big fans of the band. You guys are an incredible band. Even to see live, I did get to see you live in Delaware, like you mentioned. That was a place where the fans weren't allowed to mosh. So that was a few years back. I think you guys were playing with Chevelle at that concert. But as a bassist, who has inspired you?
I'm a big fan of Ryan Martini from Mudvayne.
Nice.
Absolutely.
That guy's just ridiculous. I mean, and just not just his playing. Obviously his playing is amazing, but I learned a lot just from watching his stage presence on stage. You know what I mean? He's just such a performer as well.
Absolutely.
You got to remember that's part of your job too. Your job isn't just to be up there and play well.
Yeah, give somebody something live to see. Well, listen, Phil, we really appreciate the time. Everybody, go out, get Plead the Fifth, an incredible album. Just love the melodies and the hard rock you guys put out and mix that into every single song, and album after album. I just love them all. I don't know. I think Release Me is probably my favorite off the new album, but I love all of them. And Birthday, one of my favorites as well. We've already played that, and coming out of the interview here, we're gonna play Release Me so everybody can hear that. So, how can the fans stay in touch with you guys while you're on the road and in the studio?
I'd say Facebook is probably the easiest one. I mean, I'm actually on Facebook, every day, all day.
Nice.
Facebook.com/taprootmusic. We're on MySpace, we're on Twitter. Twitter and Facebook are the main ones we use these days. But yeah, you can literally just write on there and we'll respond.
Nice.
And we'll give a quick shout out as well to the Facebook page Taproot Fans United. I know a couple of those guys are listening right now, and they're big supporters of you. And I'm sure wherever you guys go, they'll be there following right behind you.
Yeah, yes, sir. They will be.
Have a good day, and a great tour. We'll keep in touch with you guys.
Awesome,
thanks, Phil.
Thanks, Phil. All right, that was awesome.
Again, this is Across the Board Radio with E and the Colonel. That was Phil, the bassist from Taproot, joining us. Love that band. We came out with, 4 solid Taproot songs there.
And we're going to end with a 5th.
Yeah, I mean,
not end the show, but
I could play them all again, but yeah. We also, so we're going to go into Release Me, which is off Plea the Fifth, a new album again. Go out and buy the album. Support these guys. If they are anywhere near you, go see them live. I can speak from personal experience. Incredible group. Absolutely love them.
I have yet to see them live, and hopefully I get to do that real soon.
Yeah, they actually, like I said, I think they were playing with Chevelle and maybe Cold or something like that. They were by far the best live band, though. I like those other bands live, but Taproot blew them away, so check them out. We'll also get to some of your requests. We do have some requests at Hoobastank and A Perfect Circle. You know, I love my Perfect Circle, so we'll definitely get that out there.
And again, if you want to check out Taproot, go to their official webpage, taprootmusic.com. Check out their tours. They're currently touring across the Northeast and the Northern Plain states, so I'm sure they'll be coming around your way soon. Coming up later in the show, we'll have the latest in movie TV news, some interesting things to talk about there, including the show that everyone seems to be talking about lately, The Walking Dead. We'll talk about that a little bit. And
I think we'll also have some other guest bookings that we can announce.
And we will have some guest bookings. Everyone knows about who we got next week, but if you haven't heard, you have to stick tight for that, because we're going to announce who we have next week and then who we're going to have
the show after that.
Tentatively the week after Thanksgiving.
Right, other huge bands. So we keep them coming. That's how we work here. And again, definitely stay tuned. You tuned in for Taproot. Stay tuned for our man John Rollo from Shogun Fights. Again, their big show coming up this weekend at the First Mariner Arena in Baltimore. Do not miss it. We will be there in person. These pro fighters are amazing. And again, Ricky Henderson's going to be there. So not fighting. He's not Herschel Walker.
And we'll talk about him in a little bit, too.
We will. So let's get into a little Taproot here with Release Me again from Plead the Fifth. Again, if you want to call us, talk about anything, 410-651-8460, or you can email us
at acrosstheboardlive@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook. We're there. Like the page.
Across the Board Radio. I think we're listed there, right?
It's Across the Board Radio Show.
Mm-hmm. All right. So let's get into a little Taproot, and this is Across the Board on Hawk Radio.
HawkRadio.org.